and a super good morning, or should I say afternoon. It's 10 past 12. Terribly sorry about the wind noise. As you can see, it's a blustery day, wind's blowing. I'm out on the river trail for what is essentially my last long run before the Langeron race, which is due to be happening next week, Saturday evening. What can I tell you? Well, so far, with only 6 days to go, today's the 10th, race on the 16th, so only 6 days to go, I haven't been disqualified yet. However, I suppose there's still the opportunity to be disqualified during race packet collection on Friday, where there's a distinct possibility that I won't be given my race packet and my race number. So at the moment, that race is still all very much up in the air. However, I'm making the assumption that the race is happening, which makes today, due to time availability, an impromptu, incredibly gentle long run session. Coach sent me a message saying very gentle long run session, including walk breaks, which I'm doing right at the moment while talking to you, and make it about an hour and a half in length. If the walk breaks are longer, like what I'm doing now, I can extend it out even further. And it's now coming up for 12:15. I've been going for about 45 minutes already. And on my own, out on the trail, and I'm only expected back somewhere in the ballpark of about 2 o'clock. So thus far, everything is running on schedule. What else can I tell you aside from the upcoming 18.5k race, which 18.5k race with a lot of climbing, which means that potentially 18.5 kilometers with a lot of climbing, which means that lots of additional impact on the quads and glutes, especially the quads, makes what I've got next weekend potentially more taxing than what pancake flat half marathon would be. But anyway, depending on how well, if I'm allowed to run, number one, and how well that goes, and how well I recover from that, will determine whether or not I do my Granada self-supported half marathon at the end of May. But the Saturday the 30th of May is also the beginning, day one of the Granada Feria, which means that might impact my ability to be able to do the half marathon. But interesting enough, Saturday 30th of May, beginning of the Feria. Sunday 31st of May will mark 1 whole year of HRT, 1 whole year of the transition process, which has gotten me excluded from running races thanks to the orange gentleman in the USA and his arrangement with the International Olympic Committee. But anyway, that being said, I'm remaining cautiously optimistic that I will be able to run the 18.5K race next weekend, which I'll be doing not as a race because fitness level isn't at the point of running it as a race, but rather make it a training day type of outing whereby I'm looking at covering the distance and not aiming at any specific time. Although if I do aim at a time, I know my fastest time pre-transition was a 2:08, which put me more or less last. And last time I did it in a 2:25, which did put me last. So maybe if I can do something in the ballpark of a 2:20 or slightly faster, that will be, I'll certainly count that as win. The first win that I'll count will be if I'm able to pick up my race packet and collect my race number. And the second win will be if I manage to finish in a 2:20, which will probably put me in last place. And the third win will be whether or not I'll be allowed to keep my race result after the event is finished, even if I finish last. But anyway, that's where I am at the moment. This is already nearly 8 minutes of rambling, and I need to get back onto running. Oh, but just as a by the by, let me just swivel this around quickly. I'm on the dirt track at the moment, but if you look over here, there's a paved track just next to me over there, and it's a about 4 kilometer length section of wonderfully paved track. So I'm thinking about making that my route for my self-supported half marathon, whereby there won't be any nasty stones giving me problems like what I had last week, and I should be able to do that relatively easily. And what I could do is drop a large bottle of water at the one end of the track and use that as a refueling strategy so that I don't have to carry too much water. Although if I've got my hydration pack with me, that will take care of the water problem. Another point is I've put in an order for bone conductor headphones, and hopefully those arrive before the race next weekend, then I can use those. Alternatively, they'll be on hand for me to use during the self-supported half marathon. Either which way, coming up for 10 minutes and seeing that this channel is not monetized, let me not give the great Google the opportunity to put even more adverts on this video, because seriously, you don't need to be interrupted by as many adverts, especially on a completely unmonetized YouTube channel. But with that, stay well, stay hydrated, train well, and I'll see you all next week Sunday with a report back after the race that I'll hopefully be doing. Till then, take care. Bye.